You really don't own nothing in this life. This is a rented life. Ain't nobody better than nobody on this earth. You can't take it with you.
What the fuck is property tax and why are we paying it? If I get a loan for 30 years and I pay it off, whether I pay it off in half or the 30 years, why do I still now owe property taxes? This should be mine outright, but it's not, because if you don't pay it, your house is gone. So how do you call yourself a home owner if you don't own the home? We really got to think about that. We don't own a home. We don't own the cars. You don't register that car cooked.
Oh, yeah, registration each year.
You know what I'm saying? So
you got to get a non-operating tag on that thing.
Bro, everything that we got is really a lease.
Yeah.
We're leasing to the government, per se. They're the owners.
You will own nothing and you will be happy. I've seen several comments in some of my videos where we talk about finances. But when it comes down to it, they say the agenda will be complete in 2030. That you will own nothing and you will be happy. We talk about the way that people are struggling on a regular basis. They go to TikTok, they go to YouTube, they go to Instagram, and they talk about how hard they are struggling on the daily. And a lot of the comments say, and it's all part of the plan. Look at this.
You will own nothing and be happy. Well, that's what the capitalist class wants you to start believing. The World Economic Forum shared this video in 2016. The video summarizes an essay written by Ida Auken titled "Welcome to 2030. I own nothing, I have no privacy, and my life has never been better." The video and essay describe the ultimate conclusion of the gig and rental economy. So instead of owning a car, you rent through something like Zipcar. Instead of owning clothes, you rent through something like Nuuly. You might be wondering what the World Economic Forum even is. They're best known for their annual meeting in Switzerland called Davos, which brings together some of the most powerful and wealthy capitalists around the world. The Succession episode where they go to Argestes is a reference to Davos. If anyone's getting hungry and tired of eating cereal for dinner, Davos is starting to sound like a pretty good buffet. Now, maybe the greatest irony of this all is that the idea that socialists want to take away your toothbrush has been used against socialism for almost 100 years. Socialism has never tried to take away people's personal property, like their house or their toothbrush. Socialists only want to expropriate private property or the means of production from the hands of a select few, the capitalist class. So rather than apartment complexes that are owned by big landlords or real estate investors, the building belongs to the masses and to the people that live in it. Rather than the toothbrush factory being owned by a single toothbrush capitalist who happened to have inherited the factory from his dad, the factory is owned by the workers that produce the toothbrushes, aka the workers that produce the wealth that the capitalist extracts under capitalism. The capitalist class really tells on themselves when they try to use scare tactics about socialism, how it restricts your personal freedoms or takes away your personal property, because that's exactly what capitalism does. It takes away your right to your own time and hands it over to the boss. Through the rapidly rising cost of living yet stagnating wages, they're also chipping away at your ability to own any of your personal property at all.
Like I said before, the comments are like, everything is by design. They are not increasing wages by design. They are not going to bring up your wages, period, point blank.
I just find it so crazy how it's basically normalized at this point to literally just do your job, pay your bills, and barely be able to save at the end of the month. Like, it's just so normalized to go to a grocery store and literally panic every time you go grocery shopping because everything's just so fucking expensive, and every time you go to the shop, everything's just like doubled in price. I was having a conversation with my sister and I was just saying, like, I'm so fucking upset that I can't spend the money that I want to spend on my family for Christmas because everything, like, just surviving is so fucking expensive. Like, yes, like, I am not as poor as some people, that I know some people are literally struggling to even, like, exist. I'm getting by paycheck to paycheck, and it's insane how normalized it has become. That we spend most of our lives working and all we are doing is surviving. We're not doing anything. We're just literally surviving. Like, most of us can't even afford to buy a fucking shitty flat, for fuck's sake. Every year, electric goes up, everything goes up, everything but the salary. And I'm just like, it's so fucking normalized. And it's literally going to get worse. It's going to get worse. And I don't want to sit here and be like hopelessness, but it's not going to get any better.
So everything is going up but the wages. And that is by design. There is no accident. If they wanted to do it, they would do it. What they say, if you could, you would. And if you don't, you won't. And at this point, they don't, and they're not going to do it. It's all by design. I'm going to look up this design. Give me a second. So the World Economic Forum is saying in this one essay part or whatever, but it sticks out to everyone. By 2030, you will own nothing and you will be happy.
Who had been saying that? Who said that? Who said that? Who said that?
Who said that? Who said that? Oh no, it's too much. Oh, another comment. I'm just talking about these comments. Get a better job. Get a better job. The job market stinks. I have friends who were chemical engineers, medical research scientists, research study, all these things, and they're having issues getting a job. But they have the education, they have the experience, they have the know-how, all of those things. However, they're overqualified for anything else that they try to apply for, and they're not getting the jobs that will help them survive in this current economy. What do? 5 side hustles. Maybe that's what they should do. That's what they should do. They are not going to be happy, but they will be getting a paycheck. That's all they got to do. This ain't living. And then we talk about the savings accounts. I was watching another video recently where they were talking about the Roth IRAs, and this one young lady, she started saving at 21, putting money aside in her Roth IRA, and she is, getting that great compounded interest. But she was educated early enough to know by her parents that this is something that she should do.
I've been investing in my Roth IRA for 12 years now, so let's expose exactly how much is in there today. So I opened the account in 2014 when I was 21, and it was after my summer internship, and I had more money than I had ever seen in my entire life. And so I went to my mom and said, "Mom, what do I do with this?" She said, "Open a Roth IRA now." She said, "Max it out every year." And honestly, that was really great advice. And so that's what I did. So in 2014, I put the max, which was $5,500 at the time. 2015 was my last year of college. And so as a college student, I didn't have money. So I put $500 in just one time because I didn't want to go a single year without putting something in. In 2016, I was in Spain for a couple months, and then I came home and worked as a pool technician. And so I wasn't really making that much money, and I was just putting in $36 a month. So nothing crazy, but I wanted to be consistent and adding something. So those first couple years wasn't anything crazy impressive. It was just small contributions and being consistent. And then came 2017. One thing a lot of people don't realize is that you can contribute to your Roth IRA up until tax day. And so this was the first year that I did that because, again, I wasn't really making that much money in 2017. So I got my first big girl job in January of 2018, and I hadn't maxed out my 2017 contributions. And so that was what I did immediately when I got that job. So I maxed out 2017, and then in 2018, I maxed out 2017 up until April, and then after that, I contributed towards 2018 and then maxed that out as well. And then from 2018 onwards, I've maxed that out every single year through the COVID highs and lows and everything in between. So if I add it all up, I personally put in $62,000 over 12 years, but today my Roth IRA is worth $122,000, which honestly, when I first saw that number, I was like, that's not right. It should be more. 2021 was the first year where the account earned more than what I contributed. So I put in $6,000, but the market added $7,600. And 2026 will be a big year because this will be the year where the account has grown more than all of my contributions combined over the last 12 years. There is an element of I feel like this account should be more after 12 years of consistent investing, and 8 or 9 of those years being maxing out the account. But this is the long game. Truly. Even if I never contribute another dollar to this account, the account will grow to 1.5 million by the time I'm 59 and a half. If you're early in investing or paying off debt and you feel like your contributions aren't really going as far as they really should, just know we are playing a long and boring game and it takes a whole lot of patience. But what matters is that you keep going.
A lot of people are not educated financially and at no fault of their own. But they do have to take the initiative now as they are older to educate themselves, to find out what they can do to save more money, to have their money grow. But I can't blame them for not knowing at a younger age because a lot of people are not taught those things. I think one of the comments said, these are things that should be taught in school. And I was taught in school how to balance a checkbook, how to cook food. We had home economics classes, how to sew, how to do all those things. And I think kids today don't get those same classes. So it does hurt them. And if you don't have a parent that is also financially savvy, you're going to end up in that same rut. So I'm not making excuses for anyone, but I do know that there are certain people who do not have the same experiences across the board. So I do give empathy for that. But at the same time, if you want to change, you will change. And the only way to change is to do something different. As always, thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you on the next video.